Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Matt with Green Bar Trading. In this video, I'm going to go over the CPI and the markets. Also, we'll go over how I made $1,000 in profit in just the first 3 days this week, trading part-time. Just trading that range. Super simple. Trading is not simple, don't get me wrong, but what this strategy was pretty clear based on supply zones, demand zones. I will get into that in a second, but we cannot forget to take a look at the CPI because a lot of traders, investors, algorithms were waiting for this report for a long time. Before we get into it, please hit that thumbs up for the video. And if you are new, click that subscribe button. All right, let's get right into it. So we had the CPI come out at 8:30. I'm going to go in depth into this CPI and what is important about it, what is not important about it. All right, so this right here, this column for the CPI, that is what was estimated, okay? This left column is what the report showed, all right? So estimated, this right here should have all been baked into the market. So if you get any surprises, which we did not, we basically hit the number perfectly, all right? This is the core CPI year over year, 5.6%, still very high, actually up over the previous month. And the CPI, that headline number, that is at 5%. Now, we were expecting 5.1%. So not much of a beat there, but a very nice number going against the previous number, which was 6%. So that's good. But everyone looks at that core CPI. That is without food and without energy, because the Fed wants to make sure that those areas that don't fluctuate or shouldn't fluctuate so much, like food and energy prices, remain calm. And that's simply not happening. Prices have come down, but they are still way, way, way too high. All right. So that's the CPI that we saw here. Going in depth, you can see here, this is March right here, this column. And if you want, you can look at this. This is just on the BLS.gov website. You can see what contributes to the consumer price index, and that's all listed right here. Now, all items less food and energy. That's the core CPI. That's what I'm talking about right here. And we saw that number 0.4%. All right. Still at 5.6% on the adjusted year. That's still extremely high. Basically, if something does not beat the estimate by a lot, if it comes in line, the market has this priced in, and you can get a good gauge on how the market trades around that. So if it is in line and the market goes down, that means that market participants, algorithms, were expecting a better number. All right. So it's really important to watch how the market trades after big releases like this. Tomorrow we have the PPI. All right. That's what we're going to be looking at tomorrow. And then retail sales on Friday. So that's really important. Now, going into the markets, I'm going to start with the SPY. I'm going to go over the Qs, and then I'm going to look at the trades that I took. Today was just one trade. Trading part-time, took this trade from my phone, let this thing work out, and it was a great trade. And I'll get into why I went into that. But on Monday, we were up 600, finished up 600. On Tuesday, up 300, and then up 108 today. So it's been a great week just trading that range. What's the range I'm talking about? Well, first of all, this is the SPY on the 4-hour chart. You have this trend line here that has been absolutely beautiful, beautiful, especially today. You see in the pre-market, I don't care about pre-market candles. I could care less about that. It's how is the market going to trade when the real volume comes in. And that's a huge rejection at that trend line. Very big rejection here. So we were gapping up into all of this supply and just got hammered down. Now, what I'm looking at on the SPY is going to be this trend line. We haven't broken trend. This has been a nice uptrend since really the beginning of March. We've been in a nice uptrend. So if this starts to break down, then things could get pretty interesting, where you start to test out some of those moving averages that I totally expect to test out. So this is the SPY. This is that trend line that we're watching. Have not been bullish the market at all. If you've been watching my videos, all I have been doing is shorting. Every trade has been a short. Now, looking at this on, and this is the Qs, taking a look at this on the 5-minute chart, which is the 5-day here, this is where I'm getting short in this red area. I did the same thing today. Even though I traded the micro E-mini for the S&P 500, I'll show you we were gapping up right into resistance. It was such a very good spot to get short. So what did we do on Wednesday, Thursday? I took puts here on Thursday, took my profit out into this demand zone that we saw for 3 days, reloaded my puts right here on Monday, took my profit out on this dip here, and then this morning shorted again right before the market opened after we saw the CPI go up. That's when I got in short. And if we look at this on the ES, which is the same thing as the MES, it's just the micro version is what I traded. I had a key level here at 41.80. So in the pre-market, we came up. I'll look at this on what I actually traded here. And if we can click here, show trades. That's where I got in short and I took my profit off down here, right about here. So give or take 15 minutes or so, this trade was not very long after the open. Got a really good entry and basically was in the profit right away. And I was willing to add more contracts if we came up to this 41.80. It just never gave it a chance. And then we retraced this entire move and then started to make lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So this looks to me like a very weak market. All right. The SPY, the Qs, everything for risk reward, in my opinion, is just not there. It's just simply not there. We had a nice run this year, but now I think what we're going to start to see is, especially once earnings season goes, and not so much this earnings season, but maybe the next couple earnings seasons, I think you're going to start to see some weakness, go in there. And that's going to affect definitely guidance. It's going to affect profit margins. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to continue to watch this trend line. This trend line is going to be pretty key. So this is on the SPY. I want to see if we can break trend. And that's what I'm going to be looking at. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, hit the thumbs up. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, guys.